What is going on, guys? Thanks for joining my channel, Robinhood. This is Bob. Today's video, guys, I'm going to go over how my first week in February went. So let's get started. As you can see, guys, look at my portfolio. I'm actually down for the year. I was up just over $4,000. I did do a trade that I normally wouldn't do, and also a trade that I did that I wanted to do. So I wanted to do Lucid or Neo on Monday. I did a video on my two picks. Reason why I did not go with this play is because Lucid and Neo skyrocketed about 5 or 6% that day. And usually when you want to sell puts, you want to pick a stock that is down. So I did end up going with the reverse leverage stock, the UVXY. I use this one for my smaller portfolio as well. So if we check this out and we go to the week, I basically sold a put when it was like 1785 or 1760 at one point on January. So I sold 33 contracts of puts at a $16 strike price. It gave me a pretty decent premium, $83 or $87 per contract. But as soon as I did that, the stock absolutely started to tank more and more and more. And at one point, I actually bought them back because I didn't know how far it was going to go. And then it started to level off a little bit. And then when I thought it was going to kind of recover slightly, I actually just bought the shares. I bought about 3,500 shares of it, average cost of $14.60. And then later in the day on the 3rd, I actually sold covered calls on it at a farther strike price, but the stock started to run up so much that I was actually losing money on that, and I couldn't buy it out. If I wouldn't have done the covered calls, I could have just sold the stock outright and made most of my money back. I think I would have been down $1,000, but since I had those covered calls out and market was closed, I couldn't do that. So I ended up holding on to it, and then of course the next day on today, the stock started to fall again. So I did buy back the covered calls, and I did sell more covered calls as well. So if you look here, the covered calls I sold a call at a far out strike price. I picked $20. I got $20 per contract. So this pays me $700 in premium. As long as the stock doesn't go above 20, then I'll make out on this. Reason why I picked so far out, because the feds are supposed to go over the inflation numbers, and inflation numbers usually lags a little bit. So I believe that it is going to be a lot worse than people expect. They thought it was going to level off, but I think for the most part it will still go up a little bit until at least I would say March. But then in March they plan on raising up interest rates, so we'll see how that goes. My break even on this, to get back to where I was at my peak, I would have to get to about 1650, 1625-ish, around that range, and then I will basically kind of be even. If by Thursday, when I believe they do the meeting on Thursday, by that time, if it's in the $16 or $17 or higher range, I will just buy this contract out, sell the stocks completely, and then I should be up, I believe, about $1,000 or $2,000 at that time, if that happens. If for some reason this stays the same, flat, or if it goes down, I will buy this back $5 or less, and then sell a closer strike price with a higher premium, around $16, trying to get around $30 to $40 back on this, just to make some option premium if the stock doesn't go up. So hopefully this doesn't go down too much, because you can see if you look at the week, it absolutely tanked. I was actually down from a week ago about $10,000, so $44,000. So I was down about $6,000 overall, but $10,000 from my peak that I ended last week. So that's how my week went. I'm not too mad at it, because if you look at overall, I'm down $228. That's less than 0.5%. If you look at stocks, like Facebook, people had a lot of money in that. It dropped 25, 26%. So for a year to date, just being down 0.5%, I'm not too upset about it. Not happy, obviously. with my spreadsheet, I just kept it simple because I did a bunch of small little trades here and there. And I can tell you every option trade for the most part that I've done, I have been at a loss. So, like I said, I lost $4,537.73 this month, or this week. So I'm down overall about 228. It's fluctuating still because the market's still not completely closed after hours, but down 228 for the year to date so far. So like I said, could be worse, could be better, but for the most part, I believe next week I will have a pretty good turnaround. If not, I believe with the stock in general, I can do the wheel system on this, or at least sell covered calls or sell puts on it to get me back into where I was at before. So that's all for today, guys. Definitely let me know what you think. Let me know how your week went. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day.